Yes guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing ruddy well today. I certainly am. I wanted to talk to you about densities today, but before I do, please do whack that subscribe button. I want to increase the percentage of my viewers that are actual subscribers. I want to be getting towards 50% plus. Ambitious, but doable. So please, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to help you get me there and have you as part of my tribe. It's a wonderful tribe to be in. I put up a video about once a week. If you whack that notification bell, you'll be notified as to when I make videos, usually every Sunday, and they can actually sort of sit back and watch the videos and take in what's being said. So, densities. This is so important and it's not talked about enough. So I'm really going to double down on this and give you the lowdown on densities and what might be suitable for you. Now, densities with hair systems range anywhere from 60%, which is super light, up to 160%, which, as you've probably guessed, is super dense. Now, judging that most of my audience is in the 25 to 45 age range, neither of those extremes will be suitable for you. But I felt that I wanted to explain it to just basically give you a better picture of where we stand and what the landscape looks like. 60% is the lightest you can get. It's pretty much made for people in their 60s, I'd actually say 70s plus. You don't get many 60% hair systems that aren't white or grey, so that should give you a hint of exactly the kind of target audience that the 60% density hair systems are aimed at. Anyone within the sort of mid-20s, even early 20s, up to probably the late 30s, should probably be aiming for anything between a 90% and a 110%. Just giving my opinion here, but I think anything beyond the sort of 110 to even 120 is pushing it. Anything beyond that is pretty obvious and you can tell it's a wig. It's just far too thick. I'm going to put up some images for you on the screen now, which will show you what 140% and 160% system looks like. As you can probably tell, it probably isn't suitable for you. 90% to 100% is basically, and 110%, they're in what I deem to be the medium to light density. And they're the ones that probably look most natural on you. Now this particular system, which is a French lace, is a 100 to a 110% system. To many it might look thicker, but that's literally because I blow dry my hair. That literally adds to the appearance of thickness of the hair. It's actually really not that thick. It's only 100 to 110. If you actually feel it, you can actually feel that it's actually really not that dense at all. But this is how I like it. You know, at the moment, this is what I'm doing. I like doing it. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. So that's definitely worth bearing in mind as well. If you get like a 90% or a 100%, so again, that's that sort of light to medium density, you might at times think, wow, this is a bit thinner than I expected it to be. Don't worry, you can always use a blow dryer. I put it on cold settings. You can use a blow dryer, not every day, but you can use that to basically increase the appearance of the body of your system. That's what I do and it's worked for me fine. So it's something that I recommend. If you're in the sort of 40s to 50s age range, you're probably going to be wanting to look more at a sort of 70 to 80 to 90% density, as that's probably more appropriate in relation to males or females within your age group. So again, always think about what kind of density would be expected for someone of my age. And if you take that into consideration and you purchase appropriately, then you're making sure that you're getting a density which is sensible for your age range, not obvious at all, and pretty unnoticeable to anyone who doesn't wear a hair system or anyone who does. I've got a little example for you which I actually used in my last video. This prop is getting a lot of airtime. So this is a Swiss lace. It was originally a 90%, but because it's sort of, I think I wore it about 2 months, maybe even 3 months. No, it was 3 months, but the density has gone somewhat. And if you sort of put your finger through it, you can see that it's probably around a sort of 70, actually I'd say probably an 80. That's probably around an 80%. I hope that's coming across through. I hope that's coming across properly on the camera. But yeah, I'm now going to share a picture of a 60% density with you for anyone who might be on YouTube, who's in their late 60s or 70s, who's just come across my video and think, oh, this looks interesting. I wear a hair system. What would look appropriate on me? And I think probably a 60% would be the most appropriate. Obviously, if you've lost the natural pigment in your hair and it's gone white or grey, you'd need to take that into consideration when you're purchasing your hair system. Pretty much every supplier that I've come across has the option to have a percentage of grey or even white, and pretty much all of them also offer 60% density. If you're interested in the one that I'm wearing at the moment, then please do check the description box below, and it's got a coupon code just for you guys for 15% off a system. It's with LaVivid. Super impressed with them, great customer service, great hair systems. So yeah, head on down. Anyway, back to the point of this video. I hope that's sort of given you a decent overview in a very sort of broad summary. Obviously, I can only talk for my experience and what I think looks good on other people, be it my age, people who are older, people who are younger. What I would say is, if you're within the sort of 20s, 30s, maybe even early 40s, I'd say sort of stick to that 90% to 110% density. I think that looks pretty natural on someone within that age bracket. If you're in your late 60s or your 70s, even your 80s, I know there's some dudes out there rocking systems in their 80s, and like, kudos to you guys. I think you guys are awesome. Maybe think about looking at the sort of 60% density. Anything beyond 120, in my opinion, is just a no-go. It's just too thick. It doesn't look real. Of course, there is an option that you can get your barber or hair system stylist or whoever you use to basically thin it out. You can get thinning scissors, which all hairdressers have, to thin it out. It still doesn't quite look as authentic as if you just bought the right density for your age group. But if you're in a panic and there's only a 130% density available, and you're maybe in your 20s or early 30s, and you got them to sort of use scissors like these hair thinning scissors, you might be okay. But I just recommend sort of sticking to that 90% to 110%, or even, you know what, even 80%. It probably won't last as long because you'll have hair coming out, but you know, it's definitely an option, and it does give a more natural appearance. And one last thing for you goody two-shoes who stayed till the end of this video, a little bit of bonus content for you, is it really doesn't matter if you've got a lace or a poly. They come in the same variety of densities. So please don't get scared off from one base compared to another one because you're worried about the variety of densities. It really doesn't matter. What you will find though, and this is a general rule of thumb, is that the thinner the base, we're talking a Swiss lace or we're talking an ultra thin skin, the less dense they're likely to be. If you've got a Swiss lace or if you've got an ultra thin skin, they pretty much go to about, at the very maximum, 90 to 100%. Anything thicker than that, you can pretty much choose which density you want. So please don't let those kind of things put you off. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you super soon.